The story of SIAVASH. Iranian knights discover a beautiful young woman while on a hunting trip, a favorite pastime of the army hierarchy. They cannot decide on who should possess her for his own pleasure, and a major dispute erupts between them. Finally, they decide to take her to the Shah FERDOWSI for his judgment, but the Shah decides to keep her as his own concubine, and SIAVASH is the result of their union. However, as SIAVASH's mother is not an aristocrat, the Shah decides to send him to Rostam, the ultimate hero of Iranian mythology, for training in the military arts. Rostam instructs the young SIAVASH in the arts of riding, archery, hunting, conduct, and speaking the truth, these being the fundamentals in the Achaemenian system of education, as reflected in the Shana on several occasions. After several years of instruction, SIAVASH asks Rostam's permission to return to FERDOWSI's court, so that he may prove his worth as a young prince. At first, SIAVASH is well received at court. The ladies swoon over his youthful good looks, while the men are impressed by his mastery of the arts. The Shah even appoints him ruler of Ctesiphon, the ancient capital of the Parthians. Now situated near Baghdad, the queen, Sudabay, develops an instantaneous and all-consuming sexual desire for the young prince and starts a series of plans to entice him to enter her chambers. She praises SIAVASH in front of the court and invites him to visit his sisters and become better acquainted with them. SIAVASH is not impressed with this proposal and suspects an ulterior motive. The Shah, well aware of his own queen's connections, she is the daughter of the Shah of Hamavaran, insists that SIAVASH listen to his mother and visit his sisters. In her chambers, the queen organizes a magnificent reception for SIAVASH. He is seated on a throne, expensive perfumes are lavished upon the chamber, and the ladies sing and dance for his pleasure. The Shah decides that SIAVASH should marry one of the ladies and orders him to choose one immediately, but SIAVASH refuses to do so, sensing his father's plans for a political union under the guise of marriage. The queen can no longer control her desire for SIAVASH. She proposes to have her husband, the Shah of Iran, murdered so that she and SIAVASH can rule together, but he absolutely refuses to have anything to do with her. Queen Sudabay realizes that SIAVASH might reveal her plans to her husband, resulting in her certain death. She orders one of the witches in her service to find 2 aborted fetuses and place them in a dish. She then runs to the Shah, ripping her robes, screaming, wailing, and crying. The Shah is deeply disturbed by the sight of his wife, bloodied and in tatters. The queen accuses SIAVASH of raping her. She provides the aborted fetuses as evidence of his violence towards a pregnant queen. The Shah is devastated by the news, but listens to SIAVASH's plea of innocence. He first smells SIAVASH's robes and finds no sign of seduction or perfume upon them. Then he smells the robes of the queen and finds them laced with the most exquisite of perfumes, a sure sign of seduction. Nevertheless, he imprisons SIAVASH and orders that hundreds of beasts of burden be used to bring firewood. A gigantic mountain of fire is set alight in front of the palace, and SIAVASH is ordered to ride through the blaze. If he is innocent, he will emerge unscathed, but if guilty, he will surely perish. SIAVASH, armed as a cataphract, covered in sacred but highly inflammable camphor and wearing a white cape, the symbol of innocence, mounts his faithful black steed and charges straight into the vast pyre. The court holds its breath as he disappears among the flames, but shortly afterward, the White Knight and his valiant black war horse emerge from the fire unscathed and victorious. FERDOWSI, the Shah, orders the immediate execution of the queen for bringing shame on his name and kingdom. Wise and sober as ever, SIAVASH begs for clemency. He knows that the Shah loves his wife and will soon regret her passing. Not long after, the fickle Shah might even accuse SIAVASH of orchestrating the whole fiasco. The Shah is reminded of the queen's royal connections and the importance of his treaty with the Shah of Hamavaran. He relents, forgives his wife, and peace is temporarily restored to life at court.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe for more.